What's up, everybody? Welcome to Game Scrubs number 3, delayed. My name is Cal. Alongside me, as always, as per usual, Jake. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm low energy today.
Hang on. Oh, you know what? I'll get back to you in like May.
Okay.
I'm going to delay my response for a little while. Just make sure it's good. Make sure it's ready for everyone.
Okay. We got a lot to get to today. We got tons of just stuff to talk about, really. A lot of like kernels that may sprout into big flowing news stories later on, but right now are just the seeds have been planted for a new crop of news stories down the line, such as our first article. Holy crap. That Koei Tecmo has filed a lawsuit against Chinese mobile game company Hangzhou Jedi Technology over copyright infringement. They allege that they repeatedly used the game images and music in online app ads.
Color me not surprised. China stealing intellectual properties? Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, what's the difference? I mean, it's especially as far as for it being a mobile game. I mean, how many Angry Birds are there?
How many Flappy Birds? I think we discussed this last week. A lot of clones out there.
Tons. So we'll see where that goes. This is what I'm talking about, where there's not a whole lot of info other than just knowing that they filed the lawsuit, right?
Yeah. Because it could become something in the future.
Definitely. I mean, it's
as of
something
right
to
now,
watch.
it's not much.
Yeah. So moving right along, it does appear this is another one where it's relatively straightforward, quick, like a 6-shooter. 6-shooter. I don't know. Whatever.
You gotta be fast.
Switch
when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm too slow.
All right, Tails, calm down.
It appears that the Chinese Switch consoles are locked, which
Mega evil corporation Tencent is
yeah.
handling the Chinese market in domestic games.
So basically, any international players, like like if someone were to come from China to the U.S. or whatever, they'll have to import Tencent Switches, which I would assume they would already have if they're coming over for a while. But maybe not, I don't know. If they want to play any future China-only releases. And that kind of actually makes me think, what sort of games are they getting that we're not getting? You know?
Glorious leader games.
Whole lot of
Winnie Oh my god, all the Winnie the Pooh. they're like handed out under the table even though Tencent controls it.
Yeah.
No, I think that's wild because like that was one of the big things about the Switch is it's like, oh, you can play any game from any region. Like, except China.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
I just found that little tidbit of like, okay, so China's getting exclusives? Interesting.
Chinese exclusives.
Yeah.
There's no bear Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. They're just covering all the bases. They're like, Teddy Ursa out. I'm just kidding. Teddy Ursa's not even in the damn game. But, like Cubchoo, all that bullshit. Nope, no bears. No bears in Chinese.
Well, we know from last week
games.
that they didn't even think of Pancham as existing in the first place. So
that was amazing. It's like the meme with Woody. I don't feel. What is it? I don't want to play with you anymore. And just dropping it. Rip.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah. For those of you of the Asian persuasion, make sure that if you're from China and you're wanting to play your your Chinese exclusives, make sure you got your Chinese consoles ready to rock.
Yep. Don't try and don't try to go to China and play any games over there unless you brought your own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, but speaking of people playing video games, presidential candidate Joe Biden doesn't think highly of people who make them.
Yeah. He said, well, I'm just going to read this whole quote
Read
here.
that. Yeah.
I'm going to go through the whole quote of the...
it's a massive quote.
That was posted on Kotaku. So they say, here's the full quote in context, Joe Biden. And you may recall all the criticism I got for meeting with I don't know why I'm doing like a GWB right there.
Classic. W.
The criticism I got for meeting with the leaders in Silicon Valley when I was trying to work out an agreement dealing with them protecting intellectual property for artists in the United States of America. And at one point, one of the little creeps sitting around that table, who was close to a billionaire, told me he was an artist because he was able to come up with games to teach you how to kill people. You know, the Charlie Warzel.
He forgot what he was talking. Yeah.
You know,
he completely forgot what he was talking about.
Like the Angry Birds. Like the Plants vs. Zombies. Come on. So
he feels attacked.
Biden goes on to say, quote, yeah, video games. And I was lectured by one of the senior leaders there by saying if I insisted on what Leahy'd put together, and I thought we were going to fully support that they would blow up the network, figuratively speaking. Have everybody contact. I don't know what the hell that even means.
He doesn't know what he's saying, dude.
Yeah.
He's barely
They get out
coherent.
and go out and contact the switchboard just put up. And then one of these righteous people said to me that, we are the economic engine of America. We are the ones. And fortunately, I had done a little homework before I went. And I said, I find it fascinating. As I added up the 7 outfits, everyone's there but Microsoft. I said, you have fewer people on your payroll than all the losses that General Motors just faced in the last quarter of employees. So don't lecture me about how you've created all this employment.
Gosh. What a dude. What a dude.
Relative Fish in the comments section in the chat saying Biden just lost the gamer community support with this comment. F. Yeah. R.I.P. to your chances of making it to the presidency in today's society.
We live in a society.
We're gamers. Get over it.
The big thing about this article is that they were trying to figure out, they were trying to speculate who this person might be, the little creep that said this. And they speculate that it was then CEO of EA, so obviously a great, great company. Then CEO John Riccitello?
Riccitello.
Basically Emperor Palpatine. Like, come on, it's EA.
It's EA. It's in the game. That's part of the game.
It's part of the game.
Just saying his name right.
I failed the game. I lost it. That's okay.
Yeah.
I can't recall the last time I played an EA game, so.
You know what's funny is in the article they even mentioned Zynga. You remember that?
Remember
that
of course.
thing? I don't remember that. I do, but I don't. It was so long ago. I was back in college back then. Woof. How long ago was that?
Couple days.
Not that long
like
ago. Yeah.
last semester.
Yeah. It, old man yells at cloud is basically what I get from Joe Biden anymore.
Yep. 100%.
Which is hilarious because I'm pretty sure he's younger than Bernie,
He is.
but Bernie is still more likable.
Because he yells about things, but he doesn't just yell incoherently
Right.
about how video games are bad.
I mean, crying out loud. Where was it? I felt like I was reading a bad fanfic of Joe Biden. If I insisted on what Leahy'd put together, and I thought we were going to fully support that they would blow up the network, figuratively speaking. Have everybody contact. They get out, and they go out and contact the switchboard. Just blow it up.
It sounds like you just watched that really shitty 90s movie Hackers. Like,
That's all he really did. He didn't meet with anybody.
no, not at all. He was watching it with commentary.
Yeah, he had a fever, so he sat down and watched Hackers, and then he went on this tirade about little creeps in the games industry.
Good lord.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
Speaking of getting a fever and going down for the count,
Oh my god.
and little creeps going into the
RIP.
light. Dying Light 2 has been delayed indefinitely. They
Have a lot of games getting delayed, but this is pretty wild.
Yeah, they actually tweeted out a statement saying, quote, "We were initially aiming for a spring 2020 release with Dying Light 2, but unfortunately we need more development time to fulfill our vision. We will have more details to share in the coming months, and we'll get back as soon as we have more information." So I'm guessing that, E3 is a likely time to expect more information. It's interesting. A lot of these delays anymore, they don't get necessarily given to, news outlets. Instead, they just tweet it out.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, whatever.
It's like, it's out there. They'll see it. And, like, they don't even have to tell any news outlets because they'll just see the tweet and cover it.
Yeah.
They'll make them come to them. Gosh.
So, I mean, at first I was okay with some of these delays, but then the big one hit, the big dog, the big delay.
Iron Man VR.
Yeah.
Boy.
More like Iron People.
Ho ho.
Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed until later this year. And actually, I like the subtitle here. Honestly, this feels like a blessing with how jam-packed the first quarter was looking. It's true.
Yeah.
I believe I actually said to you, or maybe in the chat we're in, I'm not sure, but all these delays aren't necessarily bad. I mean, I'd rather give the big titles some space. Let us breathe them in. Breathe in.
These are big games that take a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have them be done right than come out shitty.
Exactly. What was surprising to me, though, was how CD Projekt RED pushed it so far back. Usually it's only like a month or two, but this is from April 16th release date to September 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So April, May, June, July, August, September, a whole nearly half a year.
Yep.
I find that actually quite incredible. And it sounds like, in conjunction with the next article here, that they're going to be crunching still for all 5 months.
Yeah.
Which
that was something I found really interesting. I had heard a couple people in the games biz talk about if there was crunch happening and they just like gave up and they're like, we just have to delay it. They were like trying to get it through and they couldn't. And it's like, man, so they did a bunch of crunch, and now they're going to have to do a bunch more.
A bunch of crunch.
Bunch of crunch. It's going to be rough, but what they do before, so it's worth the wait. But yeah,
with CD Projekt Red, it is, and that's why I don't mind hearing about delays, especially for their games.
Yeah.
I wonder if Valve would ever. I mean, they technically do develop games still. Would they push Alex back?
Oh yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't.
I guess so.
Something that was interesting about that was they were supposed to be at the Game Awards and they pulled out last minute. So there was speculation that it was going to be announced then.
Uh-huh.
And they couldn't get it done, like the visual stuff they wanted to get done for it. So
That makes sense. I mean,
oh yeah, for sure.
you don't want it looking like a Gmod map or something, you know. So, what I imagine, because it sounds like they're putting their new engine to the test with this Alex VR game. Not to take anything away from Cyberpunk or veer off too far, but what I imagine is they're testing the waters with Alex again, right?
Oh yeah,
testing out this new engine, and then what I can see happening for them is basically doing an update on everything, going back to formula. Get a Portal 3 maybe, although we don't really need a Portal 3 because Portal 2 was so good.
It was,
and so was Portal 1, honestly.
Obviously.
But
chat's right. We don't want it looking like Fast and Furious Crossroads. Man, I hope that game gets delayed indefinitely.
Yeah. Good Lord, that looks so bad.
It looks like it was made for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah. I mean, it probably looked like it was popping out of the screen for Vin Diesel, crossing his eyes, looking at himself in the game. Just like,
oh my
wow,
gosh.
that's just incredible. Look at that. We're in the game. We're in the game.
All he said is, I'm Groot. That's it.
In the game.
In the game. Gosh.
No, he just moaned a lot and thought he was supposed to be the Iron Giant again.
So
yeah, not much more else to say besides, yeah, it was delayed.
Yep.
From April 16th to September 17th. It's still expected. They issued an apology and then also in a interview basically said, yeah, we're crunching. It's go time.
It's happening.
Clearly we need to.
Yeah.
And we're we're trying to not have crunch as much, but what can you do?
Yeah. Exactly.
The thing is, they have set their goals, and now they're trying their best to execute on them, whether that means crunch or not.
Yep.
So,
it's gonna happen.
Yep. You know what else is going to happen is Smash Bros. Ultimate will get another 6 DLC fighters.
Hell yes.
Now,
Thank goodness.
You and I reacted to Byleth being revealed.
Yep. Super Fire Emblem Heroes. I mean, Super Fire Emblem Smash.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 3 houses.
Sakurai just loves Fire Emblem.
Yeah, and he loves binary. Before we get into let's what is your? I mean, does this get you excited to play Smash?
What?
Or is it more just
Byleth?
like, yeah?
I mean, I'll always play Smash.
Yeah.
I'll try them out. I'll be playing them day one, probably stream it, but it's just another sword user. I get it. There's an axe now too, and an arrow. Like, this is the first character we've had with an axe, right?
And a spear.
And a spear. Woohoo. So that's cool. But other than that, I'm just like,
whatever it is.
Yeah, it's cool, I guess. I know that people that played Three Houses are really hyped.
Yeah.
People who played Three Houses that didn't want anyone else from any game ever.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see how they play. I think like the fact that they have an attack that has such incredible super armor is going to be interesting. Oh yeah, I apologize to the chat. Villager does have an axe. Villager is the best axe player. But I don't know. I just feel like there's so many other properties to touch on still. So many others.
I think I'm fine with it. I'm not about to sit here and get all hose mad for the people that are upset, because I get it. There's definitely plenty of properties to draw from, but I mean, it also makes sense as far as keeping the relevancy alive. You know, oh, we have this ability to keep up with our own properties and sell more stuff. Like,
That makes perfect sense.
Why wouldn't I? You know, you gotta strike when the iron's hot as far as selling that merch.
And then that dropping that DLC right after too, just like boom, boom. They knew what they were doing. They were ready.
Yeah. Now the thing that gets, you know, that perks me up in the morning is not 5, but 6 DLC characters still to come.
I can't believe they're gonna add 5 more Fire Emblem characters. Who do they even have left?
I figured for 6 DLC fighters, what you get is you could do like you know, the cards for Exodium
Oh my gosh.
or Exodia,
I knew what you meant.
where you get the left leg of Waluigi. You get the right leg of Waluigi.
Oh my gosh. The torso of Wario.
Then you go, whoa.
With this announcement, the thing that really disappointed me was similar to the whole Sans situation.
Cuphead.
Cuphead. Yeah. Like, I think it would have been cooler to have Cuphead be the character or be a future character. But that being said, there's no saying that they won't be. So who knows?
I think
They probably won't be.
The outfit kind of eliminates it. But
Hey man, King K. Rool and Isabelle were me outfits before they were players.
When are we gonna get John Madden in Smash Bros?
When are you gonna get John Wick in Smash Bros?
When are we gonna get John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt in Smash Bros?
Most people don't know it, but John Cena is actually already in Smash Bros.
You just can't see him.
Oh boy. No, I just feel like I get it. I get adding another Fire Emblem character because it's Sakurai and he loves Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
But man, it just feels like I'm just so excited for the next 6 because I just want some more different IPs. Like, I don't play King of Fighters, but Terry's dope. It was cool addition.
Definitely.
Like, Joker was out of nowhere. Who saw a PlayStation character like coming in?
Yeah, I mean, you want to know how I got these scars?
Oh my gosh.
No,
you just dance on the staircase. That's it.
Yeah.
That's his taunt. He just dances on a staircase.
So, now with that out of the way, I want to really, actually, genuinely ask you, what are 6 characters that you can realistically see getting those spots?
Oh, thanks for proposing this idea to me earlier, so I had time to think about it. How about you? Do you have 6 characters right now?
Yeah.
Folker, go for it.
My first idea is Shantae. My second idea is Conquer.
Of course.
My third is Crash. My fourth is Master Chief. And my fifth is Waluigi. And my sixth is
They added that 6th. Royalty Fish is right.
I think sixth would be Wooloo from the new Pokemon game.
Oh my god. Okay, so I definitely had Spyro and Crash myself. Dante from Devil May Cry. I just think they should just start tearing apart Sony All-Stars and just start grabbing those characters, honestly.
Yeah, get Fat Princess in there.
Yeah.
Ooh wee.
Oh man, Royalty Fish coming in hot. If Master Chief gets in Smash, they will sell their feet pics.
As compared to just giving them away anyway. Right?
Good call. Yeah. I would genuinely like to see, this is an odd one, a couple weird ones, but Croc
Oh,
and
yeah.
Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I think Jack and Daxter would be dope. I think that Ratchet and Clank would be dope. I know those are both like Sony All-Stars, whatever, but I just think it'd be a missed opportunity to not try to get them. They just lend themselves. I feel like platforming characters just really lend themselves. Platforming and fighting characters just really lend themselves to Smash Bros.
You know who I can see
Like,
getting in too?
Celeste.
Sly was Sly Cooper was there.
Yep.
That I had on the back of my mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Medieval, that like skeleton guy, I forget his name though. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that would really count. But the thing I'm also trying to keep in mind is like, you know, it seemed clear from Terry at least that he wants to give Smash a little credibility within the fighting community.
Oh, 100%.
So like maybe he would include like a Sub-Zero or like
Get a Mortal Kombat.
Baraka
I like
maybe, or
we were talking about Killer Instinct. That'd be dope. When we did the live react, we were talking about Killer Instinct. I'd be fine with like Kilgore or something like that.
or even like Nightmare from Soul Calibur. I mean, they've done a like crossover with Soul Calibur before, so
Yep, Soul Calibur 2, baby.
oh man, I destroyed with Link in Soul Calibur 2.
Link was OP.
He was. He really
That was
was.
a fact.
I loved his ass slapping animation.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh man, just smack him with the broadside of the sword.
God. Yeah, but Cuphead and Sans both just got like completely fucked over.
You know, it is what it is. I mean,
And Shovel Knight too, honestly, being an
Shovel
assist
Knight.
trophy. Come on.
Yeah. Well, same with Knuckles and Tails.
That's
Knuckles.
true. Shadow. Way. Like he's vastly superior to Mega Man, so just get him in there. Get
Yeah.
Zero.
I could see maybe a Mega Man guy. Oh yeah, Crystal as well from Star Fox. You know, why not get another Spacey in there? Although I think having that staff would be an interesting like thing. You know,
So dope.
it would set up for an interesting moveset, I think.
I genuinely enjoyed that game. I know it's a hot take, but I thought it was really fun.
I never played
Very
Star
different.
Fox Adventures. I wanted
It was
to,
fun.
but I didn't have the money, and my parents wouldn't buy it for me for no reason.
There's enough Sonic Fighters in the game already. There's probably too many.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah.
Gosh, speaking of too many fighters, Cal, what's up with Fire Emblem?
Well, in Fire Emblem, they have Wave 4 DLC coming out called Fire Emblem Three Houses Cindered Shadows DLC. And you'll be able to play with Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude, the three house leaders, all together.
That's nuts.
It's going to be a separate little side story. And yeah, so earlier today, the Japanese Fire Emblem Twitter basically gave a few more details about the upcoming DLC.
Drop some deets.
And it mentions how the three house leaders work together with the main character to solve the mysteries of the Abyss, where the Cindered Shadows DLC takes place. Interesting to note, though, is that DLC will have a fixed amount of playable characters, including like one from each of the houses, like Linhardt, Ash, and Hilda. Obviously, and also the three house leaders, like I mentioned, but also 4 new characters who are from the Cindered oh gosh, dang it!
Part of the 4th house. Come
Yes, it is the 4th house called the
Ashen Wolves.
Yes. I knew it was like I didn't want to say Wolves Ash because that didn't make sense, and then anyway,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this.
And it's less than a month away.
Yes, it's coming up. I'm surprised, honestly, that there aren't more details about it, but I have seen some gameplay, like footage of it, and it looks Looks like more Fire Emblem.
Hell yeah.
I'm just wondering how they're gonna just jam it in there. Like if you have a completed game save file, do you have to go back to before spoilers? I guess before the time skip.
What?
Because it shows all the house leaders when they're young.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems like it's supposed to be before a time skip, and that doesn't make sense to me. As far as placement and how to, like, do you just play it like 6 years ago or whatever, like, or in between? Because you're playing as Byleth the whole time in between getting to Garrigmach Monastery and the time skip portion of the game.
Yeah.
So there's no real way to shove it in unless, like, you just say, oh, and this also happened. Or like in comics how they do meanwhile.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they're going to do it.
Anyway, I'm still
pretty
excited.
exciting.
I'm still playing the game still.
Yeah.
Still playing the game still. Well, anyway, you get the point. Why don't you go ahead and bring us into the Sword and Shield DLC while I connect out of my room.
Sounds good. Hey, put them on. Show me the child.
Come here. Get over here.
Show me the baby. Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC, all Pokemon confirmed so far. So I'm just gonna run through this really quick. They announced their DLC for the games. Each game has a 30 DLC for both games. Would be, if you have both games, both DLCs would be $60. If you have just Sword or just Shield, they're $30 a piece. The Isle of Armor expansion has a good chunk of Pokemon returning, not as much as the Crown Tundra expansion, but the Isle of Armor expansion is a lot of Kanto and Johto Pokemon. So you have like the Bulbasaur evolution tree, the Squirtle evolution tree, Horsey evolution. Yeah, the good ones. You finally have the best starter Bulbasaur. Then you have the Magnemite evolution tree, Happiny, which is, Chansey and Blissey, so really pumped for that. Get Meryl and Azurill, all that jazz. Zoroark, Talonflame, Fletchling, the birds from
X and Y.
Yeah. Wow, I forgot that was 2 generations ago. That's just wild. Sun and Moon barely exist. Galarian Slowpoke. Not to me. Galarian Slowpoke and Galarian Slowbro, Cubfu, Urshifu, all that jazz. But then the Crown Tundra expansion just has a ton of Pokemon returning. Returning legendaries are basically all of them.
Yeah.
Which is from Gen 1 on. It starts with Mewtwo and ends with Necrozma. So, Necrozma. Big fan of having the legendary dogs back. Just
the
so
thing
exciting.
Is, though,
what is
with
it?
some of these returning legendaries, they're going to be Galarian.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see. Can we move our old Pokemon into it? That's the interesting thing for me. Can we move an Articuno in, or
are they just going to be counted as Galarian?
Yeah, Galarian Articuno, Galarian Zapdos, and Galarian Moltres look dope. And then the unnamed Regis are also going to be in it.
Yeah.
But a big thing is Metagross is going to be returning. Spheal, Electabuzz, Zubat and Squad coming back. Where are the legendary cats? Good question. We have too many legendary dogs, not enough legendary cats. I think that it's really funny that they aren't bringing back Zubat until the Crown Tundra expansion, because I named my Woobat Zubat in solidarity, because I'm like,
I won't let you determine which bat I consider this to be.
Yeah, I won't let you pick my trash bat, alright? Well, I genuinely love Crobat, so that was the only reason I was disappointed. I usually have a Crobat in my team, so.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Pokemon coming back, all the legendaries, so get excited for that. But that's all that there really is for that. That's all the new information for the Sword and Shield expansion. So that's what they've confirmed so far. Get hyped. It's going to be dope.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be real great. You know it's really great, Cal?
Google Stadia.
Google Stadia. I'm lying. Not great. It's something, man. Holy shit.
Google Stadia does have 10 exclusive games planned for the next 6 months.
Whoa!
Gotta say, that's
more than I was expecting.
Yeah. And yet, if I remember right, some of these are just timed exclusives.
Correct. More than 120 games are coming to Stadia in 2020. Like, who cares?
I mean,
I don't have the internet capabilities to play a Stadia like the way I'd like to.
yeah. I mean, I do know some guys at work actually that have Stadias, and
Like them,
they like them,
but they don't love them.
but they don't play them. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was one. The thing is, that was one of their main gripes about it right now was that, there was Destiny and
Chirp, 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 chirp.
yeah, not a whole lot of else. Like, yeah, 120 games for all dozen Stadia players. Mr. Dr. Person Man says in the chat. Thank you.
100%. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So,
like, good on them. The thing is, they haven't announced who are doing the games. They haven't announced what the games are. We're working with our partners to share more on those games soon. Like, who are the partners? Although it's possible that Typhoon Studios, the developer of Journey to the Savage Planet, is working on something after being bought out by Stadia.
well, presumably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly. And it's because they have nothing. They're just trying to get hype about nothing.
yeah. But, I mean, they're doing their best. They're trying.
Yep.
And
Hey, man,
know
you gotta
what?
start somewhere.
Yeah. And
You know how Sony started, though? Crash Bandicoot.
don't need to say anymore after that.
Like, starting strong. Xbox started with that one, like, small game. What was it called?
Abe's.
Halo?
Oh. Did they?
It came out in their first year.
That's when they really hit it.
Yeah, but that was like a first-year release for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
you're
you
right
gotta
there.
have stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Admiral Akbar is correct, though. To be fair, it has more real exclusives than Xbox. Xbox shares with with PC. That being said, were we going to talk about Xbox and their complete and total lack and exclusives this next gen?
I actually was about to send you an article. I should have from Forbes, basically saying how this is part of a broader marketing strategy for the Xbox as a brand. Where they talk about how Microsoft is looking to make Xbox more of a platform than
console.
More of a overarching platform than just console driven. So
I don't know, man. I just feel like they could still be making games. Like, come on.
that is, I don't know. It's
Like,
I like the idea of trying to be as inclusive as possible, and
I think that's great.
but I don't know if I like the idea of them pushing games as a service, which is exactly what they're kind of trying to lean towards. Thinking about Netflix
Makes money.
and how it makes money, right?
Yep.
And just doing that with games. Well, Stadia has been not a hot commodity necessarily
Wait,
so far.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I'm a little wary, I guess I should say.
Yeah, I'm skeptical. I'm not huge on board with it. I think that's interesting and stupid. They aren't coming out with any games. Didn't they say in the first 2 years? No exclusives in 2 years?
For the
Xbox.
Series X?
Yeah. They have no planned exclusives for those 2 years. For sure, first year.
I think they're referring to console exclusives. And
So
they're probably not. They're probably already not including things like games that are going to be included on the Games Pass for PC.
Okay.
So, I mean, some of it I think will be exclusive to the Xbox platform, but not necessarily the console. So, PC gamers can have a crack at Hellblade 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I think they're saying that. So
Because they've accepted that they are not a single platform anymore.
I think that's what they're trying to go for. Is,
Yeah.
Trying to get the PC market without having to commit any exclusives away from them to like Steam, say, or
I think that's
like
really
that.
that's really smart in a sense. Because, like, you know, you're going to want to have... People are going to want to sit down and just play a video game on their TV. That's
Yeah.
just a fact.
Yeah.
And people are going to want to play on their PC. Like, you know, plenty of people like that.
Yeah.
So, I get it. It's just, like, interesting that they're stepping away from, like... They're trying to merge it more so into one. Because, like, Sony's moving more games to PC. So, it's interesting to see, like, the sharing of console games now.
Right.
How it's evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of PC, though.
Epic
Epic-
Games.
Oh, my gosh. Epic Games Store doing their thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
They made a huge splash
Yeah.
when they started. I'm pretty sure Outer Worlds was their first exclusive, right?
Didn't they have a timed exclusive on Borderlands? I know they had a timed exclusive on...
Yes. So.
Metro
funnily
Exodus.
enough-
Sorry, that was it. That's what I was trying to remember.
Aha.
Yep. That was big because people who had bought it already on Steam were pissed
Yeah.
for some
So-
reason.
Apparently, they are looking to go after more exclusives and really put Steam on its heels, which that's capitalism, baby. But at the same time, I don't know. Like I was saying with the Xbox, I'm not a huge fan of like necessarily the idea of exclusives, but I understand why they're supposed to be part of the competition, right? It's saying, I have this and you don't. If you want to play this game, you got to come to me, right?
Yep.
And I think that when shifted from consoles to PC game distribution services it's fascinating to watch, quite honestly, because
Agreed.
It's something that, like, there's been other, good old games, Green Man Gaming, Humble Bundle, all these different platforms can offer games.
Yep.
And do, obviously, as like competition to Steam.
But are they competition to
when
Steam?
But when you think about the actual true competition to Steam, there's been BattleNet, and that's just Blizzard, right?
Yep.
Blizzard Activision.
Yep.
And then there was the Ubisoft it was it was Uplay, that's right. And Origin. Actually,
And
it's
Origin.
all right down here at the bottom here. But
Would you look at that?
just look at it. Look at it.
It was interesting because they were pushing. Those were developers or publishers that were like pushing their own stuff.
Yeah.
I guess Epic is as well, but like Steam it started out with just like, Valve stuff, but then it just exploded into what Steam is now, where you can buy hentai anime stories whenever.
Hell
But
yeah.
the thing that really gets me, and I think is very interesting, and it's going to work out really well for Epic, is the fact that they do a 70-30 split compared to Steam's 88-12.
So it'll be more enticing for the developers, yeah.
That was my bad. Epic does an 88-12, so they only take 12% of game sales. 88% goes back to studios, whereas Steam takes over a fourth of the revenue. So it's kind of big. That can be like, that's a really good incentive to sell your game on Epic Game Store.
Yeah. Kind of makes you think, well, why wouldn't I do that, right?
Exactly. Because their cart system sucks.
Yeah. I think it's also interesting too how Epic Games is not only competing in terms of exclusives, but they're also competing in terms of straight up just giving games away.
Yeah, I mean, they are just giving games away.
It seems like every other game they're giving something, or every other week they're giving something away, which is pretty good. I like
pretty
that.
Good. Yeah.
So
it's a really good move for them.
Yeah, good to see. And may the new gaming war begin. Although I'm sure someone like Fee would say it's already over.
It's already over.
Epic Games is crushing it.
I thought he was going to say Good Old Games was crushing it.
He actually would probably argue for Humble Bundle.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because
boy loves his Humble Bundle.
I mean, Humble Bundle will spoil anyone.
Yeah,
no joke.
100%.
It's
now
always good.
Speaking of being spoiled, though, this next story is so exciting, and I think it's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
The PS5 and Xbox Series X having backwards compatibility could help GameStop sales improve. Super exciting. I personally like brick and mortar stores. We lost a legend in the Iowa City area way back, probably like 5 years ago now, which is crazy to think. But yeah, really great local gaming store. Sad to see it go. Still have video games, etc. But this is really exciting because I just love the idea of people like coming back in and being like, oh, I can play this game again since I had to sell my PS3 to buy a PS4. It's like, I can still play my games. I don't have to sell all of them as well. I can come back to something.
Yeah. Or it'll just be that people decide not to sell their current games that they haven't played yet, their backlog, back, and then keep those for the next console, which presumably
would do nothing for GameStop.
Yeah.
They can't buy a game off you for $3 if you're not trying to sell it.
Yeah. Oof, man. I've had some rough days with trying to sell games back in times when I was financially unstable.
Yeah.
So, like
a lot of frustrations. No sympathy.
Yeah. I don't blame them, but
Oh yeah.
It was mad.
It's a business. Whatever. I get it. Man. But yeah, Xbox Series X will support backwards compatibility on day one. Console will play Xbox One, 360, and original Xbox games. So exciting. Just so funny because there was a lot of speculation going into it. Obviously, we know what it looks like now. We know it has a disk drive, but there was a lot of speculation that there wasn't going to be one. So I think that that's really interesting.
Yeah. I think it's a deeper issue than just backward compatibility and, playing older games, though. For as far as the problems for GameStop, I think it could help their sales improve. But I think it goes a little bit deeper as far as their customer base, right? I mean, we've already very clearly shown how gamers are not stupid with Joe Biden, the boomer, yelling at the cloud. And so many of us, I mean, how often have you seen, like, oh, I got 86 cents for Madden 2019, and then they turn around and they're selling it for $30 used.
Yep.
It's like, we're not blind to this, you know. People know.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to start giving us at least some sort of better margins of return.
Hey, man, just get in-store credit.
No, yeah. Well, that's, yeah.
That's something. I'm going to read this quote from someone, what's his name? Sherman? George Sherman, GameStop CEO. This is just great. I think there's still a little bit of an education process going on with the customer right now about what backwards compatibility means. I really don't feel like there is. I feel like someone who's going in, like, it's the description is the two words that put together backwards compatibility. It's compatible.
In a backwards sense.
Like, what an idiot. He said he's hopeful people will realize this and start spending more money with GameStop. I hope people realize what backwards means. What the word compatible means.
Yeah, good luck, bud. That's all I gotta say about that.
Man, maybe now they'll try and sell themselves again to nobody.
Yeah. Weren't they? Yeah, they were up for grabs, weren't they?
Yep, no one bought them.
Yeah. Yikes.
That'll happen.
Yeah. But on a more positive note.
Yes.
Wanted to show this off. This was pretty darn neat. For those of you who don't remember, the Xbox Adaptive Controller has made games more accessible.
It's great.
But clearly, only being compatible with Xbox made it a little tough. So what a mod did, what a mod does, and modded it up and made it playable for the Switch.
The video of this man's daughter playing is just so heartwarming. You can just tell how happy she is. She's like beside herself with excitement to play Legend of Zelda, and it's just very great to see. It's honestly more companies should be really trying to make more controllers for different sorts of ailments. Like, here we go. Yeah, bump that up. Look at that. Oh, she's having a blast.
There you go. You've got your map there. Press it again to come out of it.
It's so exciting.
There you go. Is it easier to play using that? There we go.
Really makes you excited for the future. Hopefully, Nintendo does something like this, or just partners with Xbox. Those two seem to be pretty tight.
Yeah. Maybe they could make an adaptive controller if Master Chief gets in Smash.
Gosh. That's how they're gonna bring it in. That's what they're gonna show first.
And then Phil Spencer's gonna come out. No quid pro quo on the adaptive controller. Absolutely none. Sorry.
Gosh, Phil Spencer.
He squints his eyes a lot. Have you noticed that?
He's the friend of the gamers.
Yeah. TM. So yeah, there you have it. That's a roundup of everything going on lately.
Worth talking about, at least.
For
a lot of stuff happened, but
yeah,
much busier week in the news than it was last week. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that is for darn sure.
So, Cal, what you been playing? Anything besides Three Houses? Nope. Sounds great.
Just like, seriously, I don't know. It's just easy to like sit in front of the TV and zone out and play that for hours on end when I get home. You know, just curl up on my recliner, get my Switch off the dock, maybe throw Seinfeld on or something.
Damn. Stop. That's just a perfect night.
Yeah. And then have Kinnick need my balls for some reason.
A perfect snap.
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, I had to go.
Hey, man, you played some Skyrim this past week.
That's true, actually. I did play some Skyrim. Had to do some ASMR bullshit with that.
I didn't actually watch. I had it on, but I didn't have the audio up because I was at work, but I was dying.
I'm sure you saw me then putting up the thing and being like, here we go.
Yep.
Yeah. I just...
Give the people what they want.
Everybody was so disgusted, including me, that I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So it was a short stream.
It was
that way. But I was actually thinking about playing a little bit more tonight, just to really, I don't know, maybe like do the first dungeon with the golden claw and all that.
There you go.
But I don't know. I'm already getting tired.
Oh
so
my
that's
gosh.
kind of a problem.
It's not even 7. Oh, it's 7:03. I guess it is pretty late.
Yeah, it's time for this old man to go to bed. No, I might play like from 8 to 10 or something like that. We'll see.
Whoa.
We'll see.
Got to eat first. He's got to fuel up. He's got to get his Monster Energy drink. He's got to get some Doritos.
Actually, I was gonna get some peanut butter crunch.
Ooh, damn, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, last week I played a lot of Pokemon. I beat the 6th gym. Really enjoying that still. And I played some Smash. I'm gonna be streaming some Smash tomorrow, periodically throughout the day, tomorrow night and during the day. Yeah, just always smashing, bro.
Yeah. And now, to send us out, we posted on our Facebook group. We asked for questions, and we got one.
We got a response.
This comes from Mr. Brown, because I'm not sure how comfortable he feels having his
Well, he's
name out there.
Monster Heal 316 in the chat, so.
All right.
Oh, now we have an additional question, Royalty Fish.
Now you feel like
How
chirping
convenient.
up. Huh. I had all this info on roads and islands. Ooh.
Watch any new anime this season. I have not watched the new episode of My Hero Academia, but that's what I'm watching. I'm almost all caught up. I gotta watch that new episode and I'll be good.
I got caught up today, about 4 hours ago, with the new episode of My Hero. So that I have been. I'm thinking. Well, I did start up. I believe it's called Demon Slayer. I was gonna say the Japanese name. I think it's Kimetsu no Yaiba or something like that. And I'm also considering Fire Force, but I want subs, not dubs, because that's all. Dubs are all that they have on Hulu right now.
That's wild.
And I'm about to the point where I kind of want to rewatch Blood Lad again.
Oh my god.
It's it's pretty good, right? I also actually it's on my backlog, but Nichijou, I need to get on that.
Quality fucking anime.
So
Who's gonna win the Super Bowl? It's gonna be the Niners, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind.
I definitely think the Niners are the more complete team,
100%.
as far as defensively and offensively, but they haven't faced an offense like Kansas City. So
That's true.
um,
Well, I mean, they did. They faced the Ravens and they lost.
oh yeah, that's
That was wild and a very different time for them. I don't think they had Kittle at that point. I think they had more people gone as well.
No, they had Kittle then, but it was rainy.
They did have
that
Kittle?
day. It was rainy
Oh,
that day.
my bad.
It was a
I'll be
cold,
honest.
rainy day.
I really wanted Tannehill to play in Miami.
Yeah,
It's so bad.
Um,
But yeah, I think Niners got it.
I think
Just too good of a team.
it it'll depend on the adjustments in the second half, because I think the first half it's going to be probably, it'll either look like it's about to be a blowout or something like that. I don't know, man. I just feel like the Chiefs, whenever they get the ball on offense, they're going to score a touchdown, another one. And with the 49ers, I don't necessarily feel like that, but I feel like they have the potential to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Where like if their run game isn't going, then I feel like the Niners offense kind of is a little dink and dunk. It's
Like-
based a lot on misdirection, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well that'll translate against the Chiefs, who are definitely a lighter team up front. So unless they're stacking the box to stop any runs up the middle,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to like bring it out and bring out the like DBs and linebackers to cover the edges and make sure those are sealed, so that they don't get too many runs of 5, 10, 15 yards. Like you saw the Packers getting gashed for every play. I mean,
Yeah. 100%.
Raheem Mostert. What more you
Let's
gotta say?
football more. Let's football more games. Hashtag nerds.
So-
We do have to touch on this Rhode Island question though before we go.
We do have to touch on this. Yes.
Yeah, it is not an island. There are roads on it though.
Yes.
It's a tough call. I feel like they're liars and you can't trust anyone from Rhode Island. But it's more, is Rhode Island it is a place, but it's also more so a state of mind, I would say.
Yeah. I think I'm in Rhode Island right now, actually. I'm entering a state of Rhode Island.
Are there roads all along its borders? There have to be.
Honestly, I have no words.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Thank you so
Keep
much for
coming with
watching.
some questions. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Should we make a Google Calendar or something, or should we take like a screenshot and post what the possible schedule is going to look like for streaming?
We can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. We've been discussing.
Yeah, but we're only going to do, so the thought is we're going to do as far out as our schedules show us. So it's not going to be like months out necessarily.
Yeah.
But we'll try to keep you guys updated as much as we know.
We don't plan that far ahead.
Yeah, honestly, I woke up this morning and I thought I had all day to be streaming, and then I realized I had a chore or two to
A dozen.
yeah. So sometimes stuff doesn't work out, but hey, 2 hours tonight, and then you said you're gonna be playing Smash Win.
I'll be playing during the day tomorrow. I will probably start at 3. And I will definitely be playing later tomorrow night, probably at 10.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Yes.
So at least for 2 days you'll be able to get your fix. So
Yep. 2 days for sure. Hopefully Cal streams on Wednesday. If not, I got it covered. I'll be on Thursday for sure.
I'll be able to
Thursday night I'll be there.
I'll be able to stream during the day, but at night I will have a night class. So
Whoa!
fun.
I've seen that
stuff.
movie. I've not seen that movie and I never will.
Yeah.
You're going to night school or are you going with Kevin Hart?
Yeah, and his friend, The Rock.
Wow. Jesus.
Sorry, I mean little person. Fuck, I can't believe I said that. I'm usually better about that one.
What a dick.
God.
All right, everyone. That'll be it for tonight. I'm going to edit that out of
He's
the
just,
YouTube upload.
just use like a coin, Mario hitting the coin.
Ding.
Yeah. There we go. All right.
All right. Thanks for tuning in,
watching,
everyone.
everybody. Good night.